What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I hope everybody's doing well today. If you guys are new, this is Hugh and we're getting an update with the baby chicks. I picked up these chicks last Wednesday. Today is also Wednesday, so one whole week has passed by. Originally picked up a whole bunch of baby chicks from Crackle Hatchery. They were a mix of Rhode Island whites and buff Orpingtons, and I did a group buy with two of my buddies and we picked up some chicks. I did a whole video of setting up this brooder for the chicks here. They're just underneath my patio outside. We're in Southern California, so the temperature's pretty okay. We're in our 80s. It gets low 70s. This week's kind of gloomy, but I got the Inkbird controller right here. It's set to 101 degrees, and we're hovering at 100 degrees, so the mat's there. I originally wanted the mat to be above their heads, but it wasn't working out. It wasn't holding in the heat correctly, so I put the mat on top of the wood shavings, and I got two boards and I stuck it through in between these slots right here, so it's kind of levitating. I don't have anything propping it up. It's just two boards on both sides right here, and I stuck a lamp right there with foil around it so we can kind of hold in the temperature at night. It's working out. It's a cheap hack. I had this laying around. I think the lamp was for the refugium for the reef tanks, and I just got a regular light bulb, a floodlight that's like I think 40 watts or something like that. So that in combination with the pad, it's putting out 100 degrees right here, and I have it set at 101, so if it ever goes to 101 or over, the pad would turn off, and if it goes under 101, the heating pad would turn on, so the temperature is regulated here. When I got the chicks, I originally had a cardboard piece with food on top, so they can kind of scavenge and kind of find their food. But what I was finding was one of the chicks would like to just get on top and scratch at the food and take a dump on the food. So I made this yesterday. It's a Kentucky Fried Chicken chicken bucket and I cut some holes around it so they have enough room to fit their head in there. But I've seen one of the chicks totally go in the entire bucket, but it's designed so they could just stick their head in, so they're not able to stand on top of the food and do the scratching and stuff like that. I have this as temporary since they're still small. If you guys watch my other videos, I picked up these two from Cabonics. This is a no waste feeder. I've seen them feed out of this before, but I filled it up with the chicken feed ungrinded, so they're whole pieces. This right here is all grinded down, so it's easier for them to digest. The watering station has worked perfectly fine. I have a little wyze cam right here, so I can kind of peep in and see what they're doing from time to time, and it really helps out with me monitoring everything that's going on in here, and then I get to peep at the temperature to make sure the temperature is okay and everything like that. Here's them using the water. Every time I'm peeping at the camera, I'm seeing them look into the camera like that, and they're getting their water. Like every time I'm looking at the wyze cam, that's what they're doing. But yeah, these guys have grown a lot. I'm kind of getting them to be friendly with your hand and stuff. They'll come up and want to scratch like that. I'm trying to get them to be friendly. So I have 7 here. I originally wanted all buff Orpingtons, but then when we're picking them out, after you pick out all of the distinct darker color ones, the buff Orpingtons were brown and the Rhode Island whites were yellow. After a while, they kind of blurred together, and I ended up picking up one of the Rhode Island whites, which is this one right here. She's really friendly. This one right here, she looks all yellow. So I got one Rhode Island white and the rest are buff Orpingtons. Now I could have traded her back with my buddy who has a mix of both, but since I'm already raising her for about a week now, I'm getting kind of fond of her and attached to her, so we decided to just keep it as is. So I have all buff Orpingtons and one Rhode Island white right here. Just to give you guys a look at their growth and everything. In 1 week, they gain size pretty quickly. This is how it's looking in 1 week. I hope to do weekly updates so we can see them kind of just grow up, but they're pretty big and you can feel a little weight to them. Last week when we picked them up, they're much smaller and scrawnier, but they're looking okay. And I'm trying to train them up so they're used to people handling them. They'll allow me to pick them up. They're not scared of my hands or anything like that, but yeah. So far I'm just feeding them the regular feed. I haven't introduced anything exotic like mealworms or anything like that, but I did put some on order through Amazon. Should be coming sometime next week or so. I'll try to do a video on that, see how things go. But here's the rooster. He was marked with a red head. Rooster looks smaller than everyone else. All of the hens are pretty big. Here he is. Here's the rooster after 1 week with the red mark on his head. Now with the pine shavings and everything, this is still the original pine shaving that I started out with. I do notice there are droppings like right here on the pine shavings. I usually go through and stir it up so it's not all over the place. Usually I think the chickens should scratch it up and you just leave it alone and you just add more pine shavings. I guess that's called the deep litter method. But I'll stir it up so it's all mixed in, and then I'll monitor if it looks too bad, or if it gets really bad, I'll swap it out for new shavings. Right now it still looks okay and I don't notice it smelling or anything like that, so we'll monitor and see how long we could go before we change out the shavings. But yeah guys, that's it for this week. If you guys have any questions or anything like that, please leave it down in the comments section down below and I'll answer your questions. But yeah, these are the guys at 1 week old. Last week they were just a day old. They're pretty cute. Alright guys, have a great day and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye.